It's not the size of the word, it's the feeling behind it. Ladies, you've been using your mouth too much and your magic too little, let's be honest. You were told that if you want to connect with a man, you need to explain yourself more, say the right things, keep him hooked with smart conversations or deep questions. But that idea, it's a beautiful lie, one that leaves you tired and unseen. Because men, they don't remember long talks, they remember moments. Little sparks that sneak in, touch the back of their neck, and stay long after the talk is over. And most of those moments, they don't start with a lecture, they start with something small. A whisper, a nickname, a soft word that says, I see you. Not just as a man, but as mine. Now, before we go deeper, do this one thing. If your heart's already leaning in, if your mind's going, wait, this feels different, hit that like and subscribe, because I don't do surface stuff. I pour real soul into this. This isn't about tricks. It's about real tools that work in the real world. I'm not here to hand you lines. I'm here to hand you keys. Now imagine him. All day is being called sir, boss, or maybe just John. Emails, meetings, tasks, logic. Then you get close enough for him to feel your breath and say, hey, trouble. Or thanks, big guy. Or even just stud. That one word said at the right time, in the right tone, it flips something inside him. It doesn't just hit his ear. It hits something deeper. His ego, but not the proud kind, the boyish, soft, playful kind, the kind that makes him feel like a king. And he won't forget that. You see, men are emotionally starved. Even the strong ones, especially the strong ones. A woman who knows how to feed his spirit, without begging, without chasing, she becomes unforgettable. And no, it doesn't take a whole paragraph. It takes presence. It takes rhythm. It takes one word spoken like it matters. Now here's the truth. Nicknames aren't childish. They're ancient, primal. They don't go through his brain. They go straight to his body, to his memory, to that quiet place inside that says, she sees something in me no one else does. And that's what this is about. Not being cute, but leaving a mark. A woman who knows how to pull a man in with just one word. She doesn't just hold his focus. She haunts it in the best way. So say this out loud or type it down like it's a vow. I speak with softness. I lead with power. I stay unforgettable. Say it. Write it. Let your hands say it before your lips do. Because if you're still here, I know something inside you is already waking up. This isn't just about language. It's about energy. It's about that shift. The moment you stop explaining and start becoming. The kind of woman whose voice echoes in his mind long after she's left the room. Stay with me. We're about to show you how one word can light him up like fresh air after a storm. He's a man, not a machine. Give him something deeper than directions. A name from the world demands attention. A name from you sparks desire. Let's be real, he's not a robot. He's not built to respond on command. He's not wired to spit out love just because you told him to. He doesn't want a list of instructions. What he wants is to feel like a man. Not just any man, your man. The world hands him labels all day long. Boss, sir, mister. Those words are cold, dry. They tell him what role to play. But the second you walk in, lean close, and whisper something warm, that's the moment he stops doing and starts feeling. Picture this. He's had a rough day. Quiet, stressful. He walks in, keys in hand, shoulders tired. And you smile, your voice low and soft, and say, hey daddy, your girl wants a cuddle. Boom. Just like that, he's not at work anymore. He's in a dream. Not because of the words, but because of how you said them. You gave him more than a title. You gave him identity. You didn't ask for anything. You reminded him of who he is when he's with you. Here's what many women miss. Nicknames aren't just sweet extras. They're emotional shortcuts. They skip his logic and go right to his core. The name you call him tells him who you believe he is. And that belief, he'll start living up to it around you. Let me ask you something. Do you want his energy, his focus, his passion? Then learn how to draw it out, not by force, but by feeling. Because if you're calling him by the same names everyone else does, why would he feel different about you? You want him to think of you when he's alone? Want him to crave you? Then make him feel seen like the rest of the world never does. Let's end one idea right now. Using a word like daddy doesn't mean you're giving up power. It means you own your attraction. It's not weakness. It's knowing how to speak in a language only he gets. And when you say it with perfect timing, with a certain look in your eyes, that one word shifts his whole world. Don't believe me? Try this. He's fixing something simple, replacing a bulb, grabbing takeout. Just look at him like he's royalty, lean in and say, "Thanks, Daddy." Then turn around and walk away. Watch what happens. Watch how he starts watching you differently. Because you didn't just say thanks, you gave him a story to step into. And story is stronger than praise. Men don't want applause, they want to be chosen. They want to be named. And if you're the one doing that, that word will stay with him longer than anything else. You won't just live in his contact list. You'll live in his imagination. He won't just see you, he'll feel you. And if that's where you want to stay, stay close. Now let's shift. Picture this. You're standing near him. The moment's casual. He hands you a bottle he just opened. You smile and say, "Thanks, big guy." Doesn't matter if he's tall or not. Doesn't matter if he's built or slim. This isn't about his size. It's about how you see him. Men are always carrying weight, stress, expectations, and they do it quietly. Nobody thanks them for that. So when you show up not to correct, not to command, but just to say something warm like, "Big guy," you're not complimenting his arms, you're praising how he shows up for you. And here's the deeper part. When you whisper that after he helps you or walks beside you or grabs a heavy bag, it doesn't land in his ears, it lands in his pride. It tells him, "I trust you to protect me." And that's something most men rarely hear, but deeply want. Even the quiet guys, the thinkers, the gentle ones. That name touches them too, because big guy doesn't measure muscle. It measures presence. It says, "I feel safe when you're here." Imagine this, it's late. You're walking across a dim parking lot. He casually moves closer to the traffic side without saying a word. You smile and say, "Thanks, big guy." Just like that, he's not just your date, he's your protector. He's the man in the story you're living. Next time he lifts something, opens a door, or just reaches out to keep you close, say it. Let your voice carry what his heart is starving for. "I feel safe with you." And now, let's go deeper. Let's play with tone, timing, and that secret smile, the one that says you know exactly what you're doing. Because sometimes it's not the nickname itself, it's how you say it that makes it unforgettable. When he leans in with a clever line, when he grabs the groceries or makes a decision about dinner, you don't just thank him, you drop a word. Like a secret, not like a sentence. Imagine this. You're sitting side by side. He just stepped up, made a choice, handled something smoothly. You glance over, lean in just a little, let your fingertips brush his arm and whisper, "All right, boss, your move." That isn't just a nickname, it's a moment sealed into his nervous system. And it's not only about sounding sexy, it's about being intentional. A lingering look, a slow pause before the word, a voice that makes the word feel like it's dipped in honey. That kind of delivery sticks with him because most men aren't used to getting tone from the world. They're used to quick replies, short messages, dry instructions. But when you speak to him with softness, with warmth, maybe even a slow teasing rhythm, you're not just talking, you're stirring something in him. Here's something psychology confirms. Men don't always process words the same way women do. but they feel energy. So when your voice carries respect, playfulness, admiration, or even desire, that's what hits home. That's what stays with him. So let me ask you, have you been talking to him like a woman who knows how powerful her voice is? Or have you been tossing words like they're just filler? Because girl, every time you whisper something like easy cowboy with that sparkle in your eye, you're not just teasing, you're creating a memory he'll replay later. Now let's turn it up a little. You're about to learn how one playful nickname tells him without saying too much. You're a little dangerous and I like it. Every man has a king inside of him, but that king doesn't rise for pressure. He shows up for praise. Let me tell you something most women miss. Men crave affirmation, but they don't want it plain. They want it wrapped in fun, in respect, in heat. That's because the masculine spirit is built to provide, protect, and take action, but you can't force that out of him. You have to draw it out. And there's no faster way than using the right name at the right moment. Something like, okay, boss, I see you, or, all right, captain, taking charge today, huh? Or, my personal favorite, way to go, champ, you nailed that. What's happening there? You're not just complimenting him. You're reflecting his energy back to him in a way that feels good, light, flirty, feminine. It makes his chest rise a little. Not because he's full of himself, but because for once, someone truly sees him. Let's make it real. You're out at a restaurant. He handles the reservation, picks the perfect table, maybe even orders for both of you without being bossy, just confident. Don't just say thanks. Lean in with that little grin and say, okay, boss, you really handled that. That moment, it shifts something in him. You didn't just see what he did, you named the energy he brought. You activated the part of him that wants to lead, that wants to earn your softness, your trust. Because when you use words like boss or champ in the right way, what you're really saying is, I trust your choices. I notice your strength. I feel good when you take the lead. Nothing lights up a man's sense of identity like that. But here's the thing. You have to keep it playful. Don't say, okay, boss, like you're rolling your eyes or being sarcastic. That kills it. This isn't about mocking. It's about magnetizing. It's saying, I know who you are and I like what I see. Because men, they don't just want love. They want respect, not through rules or rants, but through those little moments where your words say, I see you showing up, and it's working. So next time he steps up, takes charge, fixes something, or just brings that confident energy into the room, don't let that moment fade. Use a nickname like a spark, not a spotlight. Let it feel like something he earned from you, because when your words help him feel like his best self, he connects that feeling to you. Now we're flipping it. There's one name that says you're dangerous, and I like it without ever crossing a line. It's cheeky, bold, and it locks into his mind like fire. Now we're heating things up. This is where your words go from soft to sizzling. There's a nickname that doesn't just flirt, it simmers. It doesn't say, I'm impressed. It says, you're a little wild and I'm not backing away. That word, it's trouble, or sometimes cowboy. These names carry something else, mischief, a tiny bit of danger, the good kind. Let's paint it. He makes a joke that pushes just a little past the line, or he gives you that grin, the one that knows exactly what he's doing. You don't explain, you don't laugh too loud, you just raise an eyebrow, smile slow, and murmur, you're trouble. You know that, right? You didn't shout it, you didn't try hard, it just came out. And now, you've just become the game he wants to keep playing. Real, grounded, masculine men, especially those kind, love to feel like they bring something out in you. Not just comfort or kindness, but heat. Boldness, a little edge. That's what cowboy does too. It's not about hats or movies. It's about the energy. Bold, brave, a little untamed. Maybe he brushes your hand as he opens the door. Maybe he moves through the room with that quiet confidence. You smirk, tilt your head slightly, and say, "Careful now, cowboy." That's not a name. That's a spark. You just told him you shaped me up, and no explanation is needed. This isn't about being naughty. It's about being aware of your own attraction, of the tension between you. When you use nicknames like Trouble or Cowboy, you're giving yourself room to play, to tease, to feel. And men, they never forget the woman who gave them permission to stir things up a little. Not in a wild, reckless way, but in a way that feels alive. That reminds them they're not just safe with you, they're still excited. So ask yourself, when was the last time you played that card? The teasing one. The one that doesn't explain, doesn't convince, just smiles and lets a little wildness into the room. That's the energy that makes you unforgettable. That makes him crave more. You weren't needy. You weren't trying too hard. You were just powerful in the softest, most dangerous way. And now, let's talk about the one nickname that's quiet but deep. The kind that whispers to the boy inside him. The one he hides from everyone but you. You want me to continue with the final part from there? Finishing this emotional, rhythmic script with slight rewording and no headings, keeping it above 9,000 characters. Let me know, and I'll complete it right away. Now, lean in, because this part, it isn't loud. It's not about standing out in a crowd. It's not for show. This one is private, and this one, it's his. Every man lives in two worlds. One he shows everyone else, his co-workers, his gym buddies, the guy at the cafe who gives him that silent nod like they've both been through something unspoken. But inside, there's another side, a softer one, a quieter space, where he doesn't have to put on a mask, where he doesn't want to impress, he just wants to be. And not with everyone, just with one woman who truly sees him. And that's what this kind of nickname does. It's not for public ears. It's not a name you shout across the room or drop in a group chat. It's whispered. It's secret. It's personal. Something you only say when it's just you two. Maybe in bed or while he's driving or in that sleepy moment when he's pouring coffee and thinks you're not watching. It's not handsome or babe, it's something else. Something only you call him. A name he didn't even know he wanted until you gave it to him like it was always meant to be his. Maybe it's my storm or magic. Or maybe it's something completely random that came from a memory you two share. The exact name doesn't matter. What matters is that it's yours. Yours to give, yours to whisper, yours to protect. Let me paint a picture. He's in the kitchen, shirt off, hair messy, still half asleep. You walk up behind him, wrap your arms around his waist, rest your face on his back and say, "Morning, chaos." He chuckles, caught off guard. The name's silly, but it sticks because it came from you, because no one else sees him like this. Disheveled, undone, real. And no one else will. That's the beauty of a private language. It doesn't need to be seen by the world. It only needs to mean something to him. And the more you say it, not too often, but at the right times, the deeper it sinks into his soul. He starts to need it, not just the name, but the energy. You picture him at work, suit on, game face, sharp, all business, but somewhere in the middle of his day, the name you gave him floats through his head. He hears your voice, feels your presence, and suddenly he's not just confident, he's grounded, connected, and calm. Here's something he might never say out loud. Every man, no matter how strong, wants to belong to something deeper than just his role in the world. Not to a group, not to applause, but to a feeling. And when that feeling is tied to a single word, a word that only you say in only your voice, then that name becomes a place, a home, a place where he can take off his armor, where he doesn't have to act, where he's not fighting for approval, he's received. That's what these nicknames do. They don't just sound good, they anchor him. They create a world only the two of you know. And in that world, he's not just loved, he's claimed. Not with pressure, not with demands, but through warmth, through feeling. So ask yourself, what's your name for him? What's the one word that makes his eyes light up and his shoulders drop? The one that makes him feel like he belongs completely to you. Because once you find it and use it at just the right moments, it's game over. You become the only woman whose voice can quiet his storm, whose presence softens his edges, whose words stay with him even when you're miles apart. And now we arrive at the final move, the one that brings all of this together. It's not even a nickname. It's something deeper. It's a mirror, a word that tells him, you're not just my man, you're my equal, my partner, my match. This has never been just about playful names. It's about what those words awaken, what they unlock, how they speak directly to his spirit without you needing to explain. Because when it's said the right way, at the right time, one word, just one word, can make you unforgettable. It's how you stop trying to impress him and start impacting him. You don't need a perfect face or a perfect body. What makes you magnetic is how you see him, how you say his name, how you show him without forcing anything that he belongs, not just to love, but to you. So if this stirred something in you, if it woke up that part of you that's ready to speak with power and softness, do this for me. Like this video, subscribe, and send it to another woman who deserves to feel powerful in her presence. And drop your favorite nickname in the comments below. Let's create something together. A language of love, one word at a time.